Sunday is not just a date on the calendar. No, it is a doorway, a passage, a divine intersection between what has been and what can yet become. On this day, you are called not by man, not by the world, but by God Himself to pause it, to kneel, to whisper truth into the heavens. Yes, child, there are days for action. But today, this November 9th Sunday, you must start with prayer. Let it not be a mumble. Let it not be a routine. Let your words rise like incense, like smoke from an ancient altar. Let your heart thunder with hope as you speak to the one who sees all. For prayer, when done with trembling reverence, can split the sea, can open locked doors, can awaken the angel who sleeps beside your miracle. And so I bring you 3 prayers, each shaped by the Spirit, each heavy with promise. Let us begin. Beloved, come and sit a while, and let us hold the soft morning in our hands. Let the hush of dawn kiss your spirit awake, for this day is more than the turning of the calendar's page. It is a new breath, a new chance, a tender invitation from the heavens themselves. November 9 dawns and the world is born anew beneath your feet. Give thanks, dear heart. Give thanks for the road you walked to arrive here. Give thanks for every stony patch that scraped your knees and tore your skin, for it made you sturdy. It made you sure-footed. Give thanks for the nights when the wind howled through the empty places in your soul, for it taught you to listen deeper, to hear the quiet voice of God calling through the dark. Give thanks for the days when joy visited you like a summer breeze, gentle and sweet, for laughter that lifted the roof off your sorrow, for friends who showed up with their hands full of grace when you thought you had nothing left to give. Give thanks for the family that clung to you when the world seemed too heavy to bear. For their love was the pillow that caught your weary head. Thank God for the moments that broke you. For in the breaking, your soul grew stronger, your spirit deeper, your eyes clearer. Thank God for the betrayals, the bitter words that stung like scorpions. Thank God for the lessons hidden inside the hurt, the wisdom found beneath the rubble of your hope. Thank God for the gifts you did not expect, the blessings that bloomed in places you never tended, for the doors that closed. Oh yes, give thanks for the doors that slammed shut in your face, for they saved you from paths not meant for you, from fires that would have burned you hollow. Thank Him for the strength you did not know you had, the grit that rose from your belly when all seemed lost. Thank Him for the prayers you prayed through tears, prayers that were answered not in your time but in God's, answered with mercy greater than you knew to ask for. Child, gratitude is a holy thing. It is the soil where miracles grow. It is the melody that calls angels close. It is the balm for a heart that has known sorrow, the torch that lights the road ahead when night seems too dark. On this first day of November 9 Sunday, let gratitude be the first fruit of your lips. Let it be the chorus you sing before your feet touch the ground. Thank God for breath in your lungs, for the beating of your heart, for the simple sacred gift of waking up to try again. Let your thanks roll like a river flooding every crack and crevice of your day. Thank Him for what you see and what you do not see. Thank Him for what you understand and for the mysteries that remain unsolved. Thank Him for the waiting, for the unfolding, for the unknown. And as you lift your voice in gratitude, know this: God leans close to listen. The heavens bend to catch your every whispered praise. And in your thanksgiving, the seeds of tomorrow's blessing are planted. So say it, and say it boldly. Thank you, Lord, for all that has been, for all that is, and for all that is yet to come. Thank you for loving me beyond my failings, for seeing me beyond my scars. Thank you for lifting me even when my strength was gone. Today is not just another day. It is the canvas of your next miracle. Paint it with gratitude. Mark it with praise. Let the echo of your thanks reach every corner of heaven. And watch how heaven pours its blessings back down upon you. Beloved, there comes a moment when you must stop pacing the room, stop wringing your hands, and stop peering into the shadows looking for the light. There comes a moment when the only way forward is to kneel, to close your eyes, and to ask for the wisdom that flows from the fountain of eternity. Today, let this moment be yours. Let this prayer for divine guidance become the staff in your hand, the lantern that illuminates the road ahead, the quiet song that steadies your trembling heart. For too long you have carried the burden of deciding which way to turn, where to plant your feet, which voices to follow. The world shouts with 1,000 tongues, each claiming to know the way. Some offer shortcuts paved in gold but lined with thorns. Some promise success if only you will silence your spirit, if only you will crush the softest part of yourself underfoot. Others beckon you with fear, whispering that there is no way at all, that you are alone in a wilderness that has no map. But you are not alone. Child, you are never alone. There is a voice older than the mountains, gentler than the rain, stronger than the storms that rattle your windows at night. That voice has been calling to you since before you were born, calling you to stillness, calling you to truth. That voice is the voice of the Almighty, the God who knit you together in your mother's womb, who counted every hair on your head, who wrote the days of your life into the tapestry of creation before the stars learned how to shine. This is the day to pray. Lord, order my steps. You don't have to know the next mile, the next year, the whole picture painted in perfect detail. You don't need the world's approval, nor the blueprint others claim will guarantee your success. What you need, sweet soul, is the touch of God's hand upon your shoulder. What you need is the lamp unto your feet, the soft glow that reveals just enough for today, just enough for the next step. Ask Him with every breath, with every trembling hope to guide you. Say, Lord, do not let my eyes be blinded by my own desire. Do not let my ears be deafened by my own fears. Strip away the noise, pull back the curtain, show me the narrow road that leads to life. Oh yes, there will be voices that mock you, that call you foolish for waiting on God. They will say the world belongs to the quick, to the clever, to the bold who never hesitate. But the wisdom of the world is dust. It scatters on the wind. What is built on the world's wisdom crumbles in time. What is built on the voice of God stands through every storm, every trial, every shaking of the earth. Be still enough to hear the whisper. It may not thunder in the sky. It may not blaze in fire before your eyes. Often it is a hush that stirs the deepest part of you, a subtle knowing that sings through your bones. That is how God often speaks, not to the ear that clamors for spectacle, but to the heart that waits with humility and trust. He will say, turn here, stop there, call that person, let that old chapter fall away. Forgive where you wanted to hold a grudge. Speak when you thought you should be silent. Hold your tongue when you wanted to rage. And with every act of obedience, you will find yourself walking a path that glimmers with grace, even when the stones are rough, even when the hills are steep. You will find your courage renewed, your steps steadied, your doubts fading like mist in the morning sun. There is no map on this earth that can promise you peace. There is no chart that can tell you where the hidden treasures lie. But there is a shepherd who knows every blade of grass, every winding bend, every shadowed valley, and every sunlit peak. Trust Him. Pray to Him. Lean on Him. Lord, order my steps. It is the prayer of the wise, the prayer of the humble, the prayer of those who know that to walk with God is better than running ahead alone. It is the prayer of those who choose patience over haste, faith over fear, listening over shouting. Say this prayer in the morning when your eyes are still heavy with sleep. Say it at noon when the world tugs at your sleeve with its urgent demands. Say it at night when your mind is crowded with questions you cannot answer. Say it until it sinks deep into your spirit, until the words become your heartbeat, and trust that God hears. He always hears. He is not the God of chaos, but the God of order. He is not the God of confusion, but the God of clarity. He is not the God who teases his children with false hopes, but the God who leads them safely home. So, beloved, breathe. Stand up straight, lift your head. There is a path meant only for you, paved by holy hands before you took your first breath. Let your prayer today be your declaration that you will not stumble blindly into tomorrow, that you will not follow the loudest for the quickest promise. Instead, you will follow the one whose voice is steady as the sunrise, whose love is sure as the stars. Let him lead you, and you will find in time that he has guided you to blessings you never dared imagine, to victories you did not earn alone, to a peace that passes understanding, to a life overflowing with grace. Beloved, there are days when we must lay down the weapons we forge from worry. There are days when we must stop looking over our shoulder, stop building walls, stop pacing the floor at night, wondering if the next blow will come when we are too weary to stand. Today is that day. Today is the day you turn your face toward heaven and ask for covering, for blessing, for the favor that flows like oil from the throne of grace. There is no shame in asking for protection. Even the strongest tree must be shielded from the lightning. Even the mightiest lion must have a place to rest its head. You have fought. You have endured. You have carried more than anyone's soul should bear. Now, child, it is time to ask the one who never slumbers to wrap you in his arms and cover you with his power. Say, Lord, cover me and bless me. Let the words be a plea and a praise all at once. Let them rise from the part of you that still trembles, from the part of you that remembers the nights you lay awake, counting enemies you could not see, wounds you could not heal alone. There is something sacred in asking for God's protection, something holy in laying your fears at his feet. It is not weakness, it is wisdom. For the world is a shifting sea of shadows and bright flashes of cruelty. There are hands that smile even as they plot your downfall, tongues that speak honey while dripping poison behind your back. There are arrows you will never see coming, curses you will never hear spoken, traps laid in darkness by those who cannot stand to watch your light burn bright. But there's one who sees what you cannot. There's one who knows every twist of the road, every hidden snare, every wolf dressed in lamb's clothing. There's one whose eyes never close, whose arms never tire, whose power cannot be undone. When you ask him to cover you, you call down a fortress, a hedge, a wall of flame that no evil can cross. Ask him for favor, beloved, not for the sake of pride, but so that you might live to serve him with joy. Ask him to shine his light upon you so that you can shine it upon the world. Ask him to pour out blessings, not so that you can hoard them, but so that you can scatter them like seeds into the barren fields of the earth. Let your prayer be simple but sure. Lord, bless the work of my hands. Bless the words that leave my lips. Bless my rising and my resting, my going out and my coming in. Bless my household. Let no spirit of darkness cross my threshold. Let your peace fill every room. Let angels stand guard at every door. Pray it again when doubt tries to creep in. Pray it again when you see no sign of change. For God is not slow as some count slowness. His blessings come like rain on dry ground, soaking the thirsty soil, pushing up tender green shoots when you thought the field was dead. And as you pray for protection and favor, remember to pray for a heart humble enough to carry the blessing. Some pray for abundance and lose themselves in the riches. Some pray for victory and forget who gave them the crown. Pray that God would bless you and keep you grounded, rooted in compassion, anchored in grace. Pray that no blessing would lead you away from the giver of every good and perfect gift. Remember too that protection does not always mean a life without trouble. Sometimes the shield of God is not a wall that keeps the storm away, but a grace that holds you steady in the middle of the wind and the rain. Sometimes favor is not the absence of enemies, but a table set before you right in their presence. Sometimes protection is the strength to rise again when the blow comes, the wisdom to step aside when the snare is laid, the discernment to hear the lie behind the sweet words. Sometimes blessing is the faith that grows deeper in the valley, the joy that blossoms even in sorrow, the peace that surpasses understanding when the world thinks you should be broken. So say this prayer with boldness. Lord, cover me and bless me. Say it with trembling hands. Say it with tear-streaked face. Say it with a song on your lips when the sun breaks through the clouds. Say it when you feel surrounded. Say it when you feel alone. Say it until the words seep into your bones and you stand taller, walk stronger, love deeper, and believe that God hears. He does not turn away from the cry of His child. He does not ignore the voice that calls upon His name in sincerity and truth. He does not leave you to fend for yourself in a world that devours the tender-hearted. He comes running. He comes roaring. He comes with His banner raised high. Blessing will come like dawn, slow and soft, bathing in gold before you even know the night has passed. Protection will come like a legion of angels, unseen but sure, standing watch while you sleep, standing guard while you wake, lighting the path when your eyes grow tired. You, beloved, are precious in His sight. You are worth every miracle, every shield, every gift. Do not doubt it. Do not shrink from asking. Do not let the voice of the enemy convince you that you must fight alone. Say the prayer and let heaven answer in its own perfect time. Let the covering of God be your cloak. Let the blessing of God be your song. And walk out into the world knowing you are held. You are loved. You are protected by a power that cannot be shaken, a goodness that cannot be undone. There comes a time, beloved, when the ache in your chest demands more than silence. There comes a moment when the shadows seem too thick, the road too long, the burden too heavy for you to carry alone. It is in those moments that you must remember the power that lives in your tongue. The sacred force of prayer that mountains and calms raging seas. For there is a promise woven into the very fabric of creation that when you call on the name of the Lord, He will answer. And yet so many stumble through life with their heads bowed low, their lips sealed shut, their hearts gripped by fear and weariness. They forget that they are children of a God who spoke the universe into existence, who breathed stars into the night, who commanded light to shine and darkness to flee. Child, hear me now. You were not made to cower. You were not fashioned to tremble in the corner while the world rages around you. You were created in the image of a king. And He has given you the gift of voice, the gift of prayer, the gift of calling forth hope from the barren ground. So lift your head, square your shoulders, take a deep breath, and let the words rise from the deepest part of you. Speak them into the dawn, into the noonday sun, into the gathering night. Let your prayer be your song, your battle cry, your offering to the one who sits high but looks low. Say, Lord, I trust You to fight for me. I trust You to make a way where I see none. I trust You to hold me when the storms come, to lift me when my strength fails, to carry me through the wilderness to a land flowing with milk and honey. For the world will try to steal your trust. The news will shout doom and despair until your spirit wilts beneath the weight of it. The voices around you will say you are on your own. No one will come to help you. But those voices are lies born of fear and rooted in brokenness. You must root yourself in something stronger, something eternal, something unshakable. Root yourself in the goodness of God, in the history of His faithfulness, in the record of every miracle He has already worked in your life. Remember the nights when you thought you would not see the dawn, and yet here you stand. Remember the doors that slammed shut only to lead you to better ones you never could have imagined. Remember the sickness that threatened to take you out, the grief that nearly swallowed you whole, the death that kept you awake in the dark. Remember how somehow, somewhere you are still here, breathing, hoping, praying. That is not an accident. That is the hand of God. That is the mark of favor on your life. That is the proof that He who began a good work in you will be faithful to complete it. So let your prayer be one of trust, unwavering and strong. Let it be a declaration to the heavens and to every power of darkness that would try to shake you. Say, I will not be moved. I will not be shaken. I will not give up or give in. My God is with me, and I will see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. A trust, beloved, is not blind. It does not deny the reality of the storm, but it knows there is one who walks upon the waves, one who whispers, peace, be still, one whose voice carries more weight than every roar of thunder. Trust is a choice. It is the choice to plant your feet when fear tries to shove you aside. It is the choice to speak life when death is at your door. It is the choice to believe even when belief itself seems foolish. And in that choice, there is power. For trust draws the gaze of heaven. Trust moves the heart of God. Trust is the soil where miracles bloom, where breakthroughs are born, where hope rises again and again, no matter how many times the enemy has tried to cut it down. Speak it now, Lord. I trust you. I trust you with my heart, with my home, with my future. I trust you with the wounds that have not yet healed, with the questions that have no answers, with the places inside me that still tremble with doubt. I trust you to catch every tear, to hold every dream, to breathe life into every broken place. Let this trust be your banner. Let it be the song that rings in your spirit when the road grows long and your legs grow tired. Let it be the fire in your bones when you feel cold and alone. Let it be the light in your eyes when the night presses close. And do not forget, trust is not built in a day. It grows each time you choose to lean into the arms of God rather than your own understanding. It strengthens each time you speak His promises aloud instead of swallowing the bitter taste of fear. It blossoms each time you lift your hands in praise, even when your heart is heavy. So pray this prayer. Pray it until it is tattooed on your soul. Pray it until your spirit stands tall and steady, until the wind cannot blow you down, until you look into the mirror and see not just your reflection, but the reflection of the one who walks beside you. For the one you trust is faithful. He is mighty. He is righteous and true. He will not leave you. He will not forsake you. He will not turn His face from your cry. He is the same yesterday, today, and forever. And He loves you with a love that cannot be measured, cannot be bought, cannot be stolen. So speak this prayer boldly, beloved. And then walk forward into the day with your head held high, your heart anchored in hope, your spirit wrapped in peace. You are not alone. You never were. You never will be. And that is the promise you can trust. There is a soft hush that falls upon the soul when you begin to understand that prayer is not merely words flung into the wind, but a living bridge between the trembling human heart and the boundless heart of God. There is a holy weight to each syllable, a sacred power that turns whispered hopes into keys that unlock prison doors, turns humble pleas into lanterns that banish the night when you open your mouth to speak to the Creator. The earth leans closer, the heavens pause to listen, the angels gather round their wings, brushing the edges of your weary spirit. This is not the chatter of ordinary talk. This is the language that shaped the world, the song that moves mountains, the hum that stirs the stars to dance. On this day, child, let your prayer be a fire in your bones, a light upon your path, a balm upon your scars. Let it be as natural as breathing, as constant as your heartbeat, as fierce as the river that carves through stone. For November 9 has come bearing new beginnings, and there is work to be done in the realm of the unseen. There are blessings to call forth. There are walls to be torn down. There are chains to be shattered. Say, Lord, I come to you with open hands, with an open heart, with eyes that are tired but still searching for your light. I come asking not for riches that fade, nor for treasures that rust, but for the treasure of your presence, the wealth of your wisdom, the abundance of your grace. Teach me to walk upright. Teach me to love deeply. Teach me to hold fast to what is good, even when the winds of this world howl and shriek and claw at my resolve. Do not let your prayers be small, for you serve a great God. Do not let them be timid, for the one who listens is the same who crushed the head of the serpent, who parted seas, who set fire upon the mountains so that trembling men would remember his power. He is not a God of half measures, not a God of lukewarm offerings, not a God who turns from the cries of his children. He is a consuming fire, a shelter in the storm, a rock that cannot be moved. Let your prayer rise, full of yearning, full of holy demand. Cry out for the healing of your family. Cry out for the deliverance of your children. Cry out for justice to roll like waters and righteousness like a mighty stream. Cry out for the peace that passes, understanding to guard your heart and mind when the world unravels at the seams. And as you pray, remember, God's timing is not your timing. The seed you plant with your words today may blossom in a season you do not yet see. The door you knock upon now may swing wide, not tomorrow, but in the perfect hour that heaven has appointed. Trust the silence. Trust the slow unfolding. Trust the God who never slumbers, whose eyes never grow weary, whose promises are yes and amen. Child, prayer is not about polished words or eloquent speech. It's not about the right posture or the perfect formula. It is about laying yourself bare before the one who knows your frame, who counts the hairs on your head, who keeps your tears in a bottle and remembers each one. It is about standing in the gap when others have fallen away. It is about calling upon the God of generations, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the God who delivered, who redeemed, who rescued, and who will do it again. Say, Lord, strengthen me where I am weak. Bind up the wounds I cannot heal on my own. Show me the hidden traps of the enemy, the snares laid by jealous hands, the poisons wrapped in honeyed words. Protect me from my own foolishness, from the blind spots in my own spirit. Help me to see with your eyes, to move with your grace, to speak with your wisdom. Prayer is your anchor, child, in the roaring sea. It is your weapon in the battle that rages unseen. It is your refuge when the walls close in, when friends turn cold, when the night stretches out too long and too silent. And oh, how heaven delights when you pray. How the Father bends low to hear the song of your trembling heart. How He rejoices over you with singing. How He holds you in the palm of His hand. When you think you have been forgotten by the world, you have not been forgotten. Your voice echoes in the courts of the Almighty. Your prayers are gathered like incense in golden bowls. Your faith a sweet aroma that rises before the throne of the King. So do not stop praying, do not stop hoping, do not stop calling forth what you know in your spirit must come to pass. The enemy would have you believe that nothing is changing, that your words fall dead to the ground. But that is a lie. Child born in the pit and carried on the breath of the accuser. Your prayers are working. Your prayers are shifting things you cannot yet see. Your prayers are losing angel armies, are cracking the chains of generations, are drawing forth rivers in the desert and flowers in the wasteland. Say this prayer with confidence. Lord, I trust you with my life. I trust you with my future. I trust you with the pieces of my soul that still age with old wounds. I trust you to bring beauty from ashes, to bring laughter from mourning, to bring strength from weakness. And until that day, I will keep praying. I will keep praising. I will keep believing. For you are good and your mercy endures forever. Let this be your banner as you step into Nov 9. As you take each day in hand like a gift from heaven, let prayer be the song you sing in the morning, the hymn you hum at noon, the lullaby you whisper to the stars at night. For you are a child of God, beloved, and your prayers are mighty in His sight. Speak them boldly. Speak them with trembling faith. Speak them until the mountains move and the sun rises on your miracle.